Waking up feeling like it's gonna rain. It's sunny out, but it just comes in waves.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a what I eat in a week. I'd say that this week pretty closely resembles what I normally eat. You'll see there's lots of treating myself, but also lots of balance. This was also a work week, so a lot of the meals are also really easy to make, all under like 15-20 minutes, some even under 10. Hoping this video gives you guys some meal inspo, because that's really why I watch what I eat in a week. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with Monday morning. Pretty much every morning, if I have coffee beans at home, I make myself my own coffee. This morning, I just added 2 shots of espresso over ice. And then I added some water to kind of just enhance that flavor, give it an Americano vibe. Then I used a little bit of the Premier Protein caramel shake, and I added just a little bit because I like the sweetness, the caramel flavor from it. And then I also added a little bit of Califia Farms oat milk because I like the oaty flavor. That was my coffee for the day, and it was really yummy. Lunch, I had my famous elevated ramen. I literally lived off of this ramen for like multiple years in college. I basically just used the regular Shin ramen. I do prefer the Shin black ramen, but it wasn't available at the grocery store, so I just picked up the regular one. To it, I add my own fresh vegetables. Set up 2 shiitake mushrooms and 2 sprigs of green onion. And then the other component that really elevates it is frying the vegetables right before you boil everything together. I fry the vegetables in a little bit of sesame oil. The sesame oil adds so much flavor. Once those are good to go, I add water to the pot. I use half of the bag of ramen. I add half of the seasoning to the water, and then when the water comes to a boil, I throw in the noodles as well and let those cook. Once the noodles are like halfway done, I add in an egg and let that just cook in the water. It's actually really good. It's like kind of like a poached egg, and then you plate it up and it's so good. I think you can top it with sesame seeds if you have them. You can top it with green onion. You have to try it. It's definitely more balanced than having just the ramen because you've got some veggies in there and you've got some added protein from the egg. This only takes like 10 minutes to throw everything together. It's just ramen and it's one pot. You cook everything in there, you're good to go. Later that day, I also had a smoothie. I basically just used whatever fruits I've got on hand. This time I used frozen blueberries and frozen mango chunks, both from Trader Joe's, as well as this vanilla flavored protein powder that I also got from Trader Joe's. I think it tastes really good, but this is my first protein powder that I've ever tried, so I don't have anything to compare it to, but it's pretty good. And then the last thing I add to the smoothie is a banana. I have a cheap $20 blender, so sometimes things don't fully mix, but we make do. And yeah, this was the final smoothie. It was really good. For dinner, we went to this place called Wurstkuche. It's like gourmet German hot dog. My friend was in town, so we grabbed dinner with him. I had their Louisiana hot link. I topped it with caramelized onions and sweet peppers, and then we also had some fries to share. Their fries are one of the best fries I've ever tasted, if not the best in my opinion, so you can't skip out on that. But yeah, super good. Totally recommend if you're in LA. I think they have a few locations, one in downtown and one in Venice, I believe. Check them out. And then again, my friend was in town, so we were doing like a full let's get dinner, dessert, hang out kind of thing. So we actually grabbed some dessert from another one of my favorite spots in LA. This one's called Somi Somi. It's taiyaki, I think is how you pronounce it. I skipped out on the fish because I was pretty full at this point, but still wanted some matcha soft serve. So I just got matcha soft serve in a cup. So good. And they let you line the inside of the fish with any filling you want. And I always get Nutella, and it's honestly out of this world. That was it for Monday. Moving on to Tuesday. Again, made my morning coffee. This time I skipped out on the water but kept everything else the same. I just used a smaller jar. Just a double shot of espresso over ice with a little bit of oat milk, and again, that caramel protein shake. Also, I get a lot of questions about my coffee machine. It's the Breville Barista Express coffee machine. It is a pricey one, but I would totally recommend it if you're in the market. I absolutely love it. I will say that I actually had a cheap, I think like $50 machine for like, I don't know, like 2 years. I only made the leap after I knew I was consistently making coffee at home and I knew I would use it, if that makes sense. I don't think you need to jump into it right away. For lunch, I made the same ramen that I made yesterday. I used the rest of the pack, and then same vegetables, same egg, same setup with the vegetables and the egg. For an afternoon sweet tooth snack, I had a dark chocolate peanut butter cup from Trader Joe's. Moving on to dinner. First, I did snack while making dinner because I guess I was pretty hungry this day. I don't know. I had some leftover charcuterie supplies from a previous charcuterie board I made. So I had some crackers with the Vermont Creamery goat cheese with herbs. That cheese is so good. I got it from Whole Foods. I'm sure they're probably in other stores. You have to try it. It's so creamy. It's my favorite goat cheese, and I'm not a goat cheese person in general, but this one, so good. But for that day, I had some leftover ground turkey that I'd made. So I made Mexican bowls, or like chipotle bowls with the ground turkey. For the ground turkey, I just cooked it in a pot with a little bit of olive oil, lots of spices, as well as some tomato paste. It really adds moisture to the ground turkey. Without it, I think ground turkey is a little too boring. That's the recipe for the ground turkey. I made that the previous week, so I don't have it on camera. The other component I needed to make before I could assemble is homemade pico de gallo. I don't add cilantro in mine, so it doesn't really look like a standard pico de gallo. I use chopped onion, chopped tomato, a little bit of salt, pepper, tiny bit of garlic powder, and a tiny bit of cumin. Throw in some lemon juice because I didn't have limes on hand, but lime would actually be really good here too. And then, yeah, mix that all together and let that sit while you assemble.
To be honest, I don't really need to be fair. To be honest, I've been caught up in the deep end. When you want it, I've been rolling on the road, so kinda close though, on the way home.
That was dinner, and then after dinner, I had one more peanut butter cup. Wednesday morning started with coffee. Surprise, surprise. I made the same coffee that I'd made the previous day. 2 shots of espresso, oat milk, and the caramel protein shake, and it was really good. But later that day, I went to the row in downtown LA. I actually filmed a week in my life during this week, so I'll link that up here. You can go see the week in my life as it corresponds to my eating in that week. But we went to the row in downtown LA. There's a few restaurants there, so we grabbed lunch at Pico Nico, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's a Japanese fried chicken place. I got the golden chicken sandwich, which was pretty yummy. I thought it had a really great balance of flavors. And then on the side, I also got the cucumber and seaweed salad, and then my boyfriend got fries, but I had a few of those as well. I only had half of the sandwich just because I wasn't that hungry. We stayed there to work for a little bit, and I got another coffee. This was a bad idea, but I did get another coffee. Got an oat milk latte from Go Get 'Em Tiger. It's really good, but probably should have had a second cup of coffee because the anxiety was through the roof this day. For dinner, I wasn't hungry. My stomach was still feeling a little weird, but I just had the other half of my sandwich. But that was it for Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday, I started the morning with some chamomile tea. I woke up feeling pretty hungry, so I actually had breakfast this morning. I had 1 fried egg with some cut up cucumber, and you'll see I freaking love cucumber if you didn't really notice from the grocery haul. I add them pretty much to every side of everything that I eat. Here in the afternoon, we went and got matcha lattes. We went to Tea Master Matcha in Little Tokyo. They basically have matcha everything. I got the matcha latte. My roommate got the matcha soft serve, which is another thing they're known for. The matcha latte is out of this world. It's so good. Totally recommend, again, if you're in the area. Lots of good food spots in LA. Honestly, just come and do a food trip. And then I had a late lunch, basically the same taco salad, chipotle bowl thing that I'd made on Tuesday. I had lots of leftovers from that, so I just threw that together really quick. I topped it with a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese this time, and yeah, super filling, super quick. I also had that same taco salad post dinner just because I was lazy. Oh, there's a little bird. Wait, I need to wait. Oh no, don't leave. Oh, no, he's there. No, he left. No, there he is. Oh, he just flew away. Oh, that was so cute. But anyway, as I was saying, I just had the same taco salad post-gym that day for dinner. I had all the components. I was feeling lazy. My legs were hurting because I did leg day. Didn't want to cook. That taco salad tastes so yummy that I was okay with it. And then that day, I actually made it banana bread. It was inspired by my roommate's banana bread muffins. I can link the recipe below, but it wasn't anything fancy. I just followed a recipe that was made of all the ingredients I had. It wasn't really particularly like the best banana bread I've had, but I feel like all banana bread is pretty good. So I made that, and for dessert, I just had a slice of banana bread. Friday morning started with coffee. This time I made a double shot of espresso, oat milk, and maple syrup. So I stir in the maple syrup in the espresso and top it all off with oat milk. One of my go-to coffee recipes. I also had that with a little bit of banana bread. For lunch, this is like one of my favorite lunches. They're like little sushi bites, I would say. I don't know what I would call them. This is just off the dome on this one. Basically, I cooked a 1/4 cup of rice just on the rice cooker, or you could have leftover rice if you have some. To transform the rice into sushi rice, you just need to add some rice vinegar. On top of that, I added half an avocado and lots of cucumbers. Again, I love cucumbers. Top that off with some chopped up shrimp that I just sauteed on the pan. Shrimp cooks really quickly, so it just took like a minute to cook. Topped it with some soy sauce, sriracha, and sesame seeds. And then I cut up some nori sheets into squares. They usually come in a sheet that you can make sushi rolls with, so I just cut them into squares. On the side, I also had 4 Trader Joe's chicken dumplings. Those are another thing I lived off of in college. So yeah, just pan fried those, and that was my lunch. Super, super yummy. I was so satisfied after this. I love sushi. This isn't obviously just like sushi, but it has the same flavors, so really, really good.
5 bags and she keep tags. Hairstyle, nails done, but she checking for a waist, man. Tired times need faith, man, but she been patient. I've been rolling.
That lunch was pretty filling, so I didn't have a snack or anything in between, but for dinner that day I made a Japanese chicken curry. This is another one of those things that's pretty easy to make, and you make lots of it and have leftovers for a few days. You just need those curry cubes that you get from the grocery store. I just chopped up all of the veggies that I used, toss in all the veggies with some sesame oil in a pot, let everything saute for just a little bit. Throw in the protein that you want in there too. I threw in some chicken breast chopped into bite-sized pieces, and you let that stir fry for like 3 minutes. And you add enough water to cover everything in the pot and bring it up to a boil. And once it's boiling, you turn the temperature down low and let it simmer for like 40 minutes just to get all the vegetables nice and tender. Once that's done, you turn off the heat entirely, throw in cubes, just start with 2 and then add another one if you need one. You need to do a lot of stirring at the end to incorporate the cube, but super good. I served the curry with some cauliflower rice on the side, as well as some cucumbers tossed in a little bit of soy sauce and sesame oil because I love cucumbers, if you didn't know. For dessert that day, I had banana bread, but this time I spiced it up and I also added in the peanut butter cup because why not? I threw it in the microwave for like 10 seconds and let it melt over the banana bread, and so good. I keep doing chef's kiss, but everything is literally so good in this video. So on Saturday, I didn't have coffee in the morning, slept in, had a lazy morning, and got up to go get lunch with my friends. We had lunch at Din Tai Fung at the Galleria in Glendale, and I love Din Tai Fung. It's a dim sum place. We basically get a bunch of stuff and we share it all. One of my favorite things there is, surprise, surprise, the cucumber salad. I don't go to Din Tai Fung and not order that salad. No matter what, I'll eat it all if no one else wants some. It is so good. I also ordered xiaolong baos, which are soup dumplings. That's what they're known for. Also ordered sauteed green beans, another one of my go-tos. Shanghai rice cakes, another one of my go-tos. Lots of other various dumplings like xiao mai, shrimp and pork dumplings, lots of things. So yeah, and then for my caffeine fix, because I'm addicted to caffeine and if I don't have coffee, terrible withdrawal, a headache. So had to have some caffeine, so I just got the jasmine green tea. For dessert, I noticed they had a Lotterie there. Is that how you pronounce it? I think. Don't speak French, never took French. Got one of the macaroon packs and I had 2 of the macaroons as dessert. Super yummy, highly recommend. A little pricey, I think it was like 25 bucks for that pack or something like that. And then we did some shopping after we had lunch and like walked around, so I got pretty tired. And when I got home later that day, I did have a little bit of a mini charcuterie plate, I guess you could say, just some grapes, crackers, and some more of that herb goat cheese that I love, and had that just as a little bit of an afternoon snack to tide me over until dinner. For dinner, I had some of the leftover curry that I made the previous day with some cauliflower rice tossed with a little bit of avocado and soy sauce. For Sunday, I have close to like no footage from Sunday. Some drinks were involved. I was having a pool day with my roommate, some of our friends, just enjoying ourselves. I think I stuck to White Claw, so I had a few White Claws. I did make guac and brought a fruit bowl as well. So I had chips and guac, I had some fruit from the fruit bowl, had various chips, snacks that we got that day. I did have 1 shrimp taco from Detroit Tacos that my friend brought over. And my roommate's a baker, so she made fresh pineapple buns and brought those to the pool, which is like mind-blowing, but it was so good. So I had 1, probably 1.5 of those. And then we finished the day with some hot dogs that we just made on the grills by the pool. And yeah, that was basically it for that day. This was a really good reflection of how I normally eat. I would say that when I cook at home, I cook healthy meals, balanced meals. And then when I go out or I'm enjoying a day with my friends, I don't really have that many restrictions on myself, just because you've got to live your life. So I'm tired of talking now, so I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you got some meal inspo. Like and subscribe. Bye!